benevolent elephants. Hey there, guys. We're
Baby
live.
Rubby. Now, what is it again?
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. We're trying to do these like loosen up your mouth things. And Mark's having a hard
Sally
time.
sells seashells down by the seashore.
By the seashore. And
Something
11 benevolent elephants.
Yeah.
That always got me. Because I want to say benevolent.
We're doing our practicing, guys. We're getting everything ready for
we're getting all.
doing the
we're supposed to do it beforehand,
but
but we're doing it during.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
How you doing, Mark? Oh
great,
my God.
Man.
The week's like halfway over and I'm freaking out.
We're almost
that,
there. Almost there.
Oh, we're not there quick enough. I mean, not there quick enough. I am like stoked for G2E so bad. Anyone out there, thanks Daryl for coming. Hey there, Kevin, Tammy, and Susan. Appreciate you. Mike V up there. Yeah, look at this.
Oh, you got first place
finish in our poker. I crushed. I mean, not to brag. Okay, to brag. I got lucky because this guy was just going all in and no matter what. And I just hit him at the right time.
Mike was?
And
or somebody else.
No, this other joker on this
okay. I was about to say that doesn't sound like Mike.
I waited for my good hand and then hit it and just cleared him out. And from there it was just insane. It was awesome.
So who was in heads up?
Me and Mike's dad.
Oh, okay.
I felt bad.
I could probably deal with him, but Mike's brutal with heads up.
I've been waiting to go heads up with Mike.
It'll happen.
Because heads up, shorthanded is my favorite way to play.
Maybe I'll sneak in tomorrow's game.
Do it.
I might do it.
I'll probably have a horrible time because I'm so focused on G2E. I need to pack. My finger's my login, otherwise I don't remember it. I have to use my thumbprint on my iPad so I remember my login.
There you go.
Mike's like, join from your phone. I'm like, what's my password, Mike? I don't know.
All right. What we got, man? We got some news. We got some conversations.
We got some good conversations. So you had something that you just heard from your host.
So,
bad news.
Yeah, bad news. Midweek bonuses are gone. This is a large reason why I used to go during midweek is to get that extra bonus. I mean, it was always like almost double what I usually got. You know, if you end up getting 800 in free play, you would get 1,600 or maybe 1,200 or something. But
I'd
you
get
always
100
got a bonus.
or 200, yeah.
Yeah, you always got a bonus for going during the week. And she said it's gone and they don't think they're coming back. So, and the comment I made to Dave is like, and we were talking about this during the whole MGM hack and stuff like this, is like, they're going to have a hard time trying to win people back after all this mess. And I can almost guarantee you the wrong thing to do is to give them less free play when they're coming out.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding.
What a bad move. Knucklehead move I mean, if you wanted to announce that it was going away at the end of the year, or if you wanted
perfect time.
Yeah, or if you wanted to say, we'll make an exception this once, or whatever the case is, but it was like flatline, just nope, midweek bonuses are gone. And it's like, you weren't planning to get rid of them until this event occurred. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a summer only thing. They've had it for a long, long time, and it's
years.
It's like they're using this. They are using this as a reason to give out less free play, and that is the wrong thing to do. I understand they lost a lot of money, but right now they have a big faith problem with people wanting to continue business
the opposite.
With them. I've got to be real honest too. I've been an MGM loyalist for 15 years, if not longer than that. And this has really made me question a lot of different things have made me question. The free play thing is not so big of a deal, but the whole situation and the lack of communication. And I mean, I finally got confirmation that I'm going to have a room when I get there. After 3 or 4 weeks of pestering my host. And I understand they were going through a lot of trouble, but everybody else around me were getting their room confirmations. So I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, I'm on a cruise ship right now. And I was like, well, that's cool, but can I just contact the other host office? Cause I was like, maybe I should just try to book this myself at this point. Cause I was worried I was going to get there to G2E and there's not going to be a room. And so I was a little stressed about it. And this is the first time I've ever felt stressed about getting a room for G2E or anything like that. Because I've always, I mean, I know you booked it way in advance, Dave, but
last
I've
year.
never had an issue. I've never had an issue like booking even at the last minute up until this point. And so that, and with just the total lack of communication about what was going on. I mean, they were just not doing a good job with that, about what was working, what wasn't working. They were misleading. Everything that you talked about, Dave, on your channel. Yeah, everything you talked about on the channel about them saying it's all fine and then getting reports on the street that it's a completely different story. I hate
that whole corporate whitewash, you know.
I know. Yeah. I hate to crap on them, but man, this really makes me think. And my host, like I told you guys that I used to have at MGM for a very long time, he left earlier this year to go to Venetian.
Oh, sound cut out there, Mark. Yep. All right. Well, Mark fixes that. I'm going to talk about the strikes going on. Yeah, he's going. That's all right. I'm going to switch over to strikes, and we'll pick up when you get back. So let me get the right screen up here. So the Vegas strike first. Yeah, first, because there's multiple strikes. Yep, he's got to come back. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put this full screen for you guys. I'm going to put me in here. Look at that. Here I am. Las Vegas strike. Let's give you an update on that. Tuesday, they are still in talks. As of yesterday, still in talks. And they are working through possibly an agreement. However, they are ready to strike if this does not get agreed upon by Thursday. So tomorrow, they're setting a deadline. So we're going to see what happens. I am hopeful that they will not let this occur. But at this point, I don't know, because this seems to be like a thing with, you know, the casinos is they don't want to break down unless they have to. So we're going to see what happens. I'll let you guys know as soon as something actual comes out. This is all reported like after the fact, but I want to let you guys know as soon as something happens, I'll let you guys know, because it's going to affect everybody who's going to Vegas this weekend and the next couple of weeks. If this does go to a strike, I really don't picture it being very long. I picture this being like a 2-week kind of thing max, but we'll see. Also, in other news, Detroit casino workers are going on strike. So here's sound now. We're good.
Yeah,
so
we're good now.
In Detroit, this just affects Detroit casinos. So there's like 3 Detroit casinos. So it's just Detroit area. They have all voted. 99% voting. 99% of them said, we're going to go strike. They had better voting than the Vegas one. And the Vegas one was 95% total that voted. So this is even bigger. It's smaller number of people, but they're asking for the similar stuff. You guys have been making tons of profits. Remember, you said you're going to take care of us, and you haven't. So we're going to see what happens. I am on the edge of my seat over what's going to happen here, because there's something else that's going to occur, and that's going to affect Vegas. So we'll have to see. All right, Mark, go ahead where you were.
I don't even know where I was. I got hacked. I was talking smack about MGM and got hacked.
I, for one, welcome our hacker overlords and make sure they know that I am pro.
Leave Dave alone. Yeah.
Go hack someone else.
Yeah.
Go to the hack the channels that have 500,000, not me. What do I do?
That's right.
What kind of ransom you get for me? Well, I've got a Sharpie. I can give you that. I've got a thing of hand sanitizer. I can give you that. I mean,
yeah,
the stuff goes downhill pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
I guess
was over at the Venetian.
My host wants me to go over there and meet him, and he's going to show me around, things like that. And I'm open to starting over. I mean, I'm going to start over very low, but I had a good relationship with him, and he's kind of helping me get that jump started over there. And so I may end up going over there from now on. I don't know. But this whole MGM situation it didn't really bother me at first, but I think, and Dave, you know this because you can attest to this, like the worst thing that can ever happen is just a failure to communicate. Like if it's bad news, just tell me. Like I used to tell that to my employees all the time, like, I'm like, don't keep anything from me. If it's bad news, you accidentally deleted the database backup or whatever, and you're afraid to death to tell me about it, just tell me about it. Like, don't hide it from me. So it's a surprise,
because then it gets worse. Because then I have to
like,
find out about it.
Just communicate what's going on. Be truthful and honest and open, and people will understand. The other problem I have is with the airlines. You're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. You haven't pulled back from the gate. Nobody's saying anything. And you're just sitting there wondering, like, what's going on? Is there a mechanical issue or whatever? And they'll go for 45 minutes where you're just sitting there without telling you anything. You have no idea why we hadn't pulled back yet. It's like, you just simply have to go on and say, guys, we have a mechanical issue. It sucks, but at least we're letting you know about it. And it just surprises me that that's not really a commonplace thing anymore.
A common practice on everything.
It should be.
Yeah.
Like, just tell people what's up. Then you don't have people starting to get frustrated and angry and not knowing what's going on, running simulations through their mind about what potentially could be going wrong. Rumors
like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. What's the real reason it's not working?
Right.
Just tell us.
There is a real reason why it's not working. But
I think it's they don't want to clean it.
No.
There's actually,
this was a big mistake that McDonald's made early on, is that they bought those ice cream maker machines from a third party. And as part of that third party agreement, only that third party could repair the machines.
Oh, so come on.
That's exactly the reason why when they do break, they have to actually get a contractor from that third party to come in and fix it.
So there's like one guy in Texas and there's one guy in the Midwest region. Yeah.
So that's why they're broken, is they can't fix it themselves. They're not allowed to.
That's why you just go to, someplace else anyway. You don't go to McDonald's.
Whataburger has a good one.
Whataburger. And more Whataburgers going on the Strip. It should be there by the spring. Yeah, it should be there by the spring.
Cool. Very cool.
I mean, little things excite me, like Whataburger going on the Strip.
I don't think that. I mean, if you're from a state that doesn't have a Whataburger, that's awesome because you get to experience it. But I mean, we have one in every city down here. It seems like
it's almost a requirement. It used to be Whataburger, Texaco, Dairy Queen. That used to be requirements to be a Texas town. Texas stop sign.
Yep, that's what they say for Dairy Queen. But anyway,
so what are you most excited about for G2E?
Oh man. So a couple of things. I know that I can't say anything, but I know that Ainsworth has a lot of really cool stuff planned for their booth this year. They're doing they're really trying to change it up and be more kind of upfront. They are going to be, let me just say this. I know I can say this. They are open arms when it comes to social influencers and stuff. Like, they are catering
a big difference from last year.
Yeah, a big part of their booth is going to be catered towards social influencers, which is really huge. And I think that I can't say the details till we get there, but I'm really excited about seeing what they set up. We saw kind of like the
elephant elephants.
I did my practicing and it still didn't work. Preliminary kind of I guess what they were looking like, the 3D modeling of what they wanted to do, and it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see that. I'm always excited to go to the IGT booth. I pretty much know everything that's going to be there, so it's not going to be so much of a surprise which games are going to be there this time. I do hope they have Top Dollar Grand there. While there was actually a problem with the rollout, they're not going to be able to roll it. We were hoping to play it next week, but there was an issue with the rollout, so they had to pull it back, the timeline a little bit. I think there was a software
I hope
update.
It's there, though.
I think it'll be a G2E because it will be in a, a lot of times the games that they have at G2E may never hit the casino floor, by the way. But also the software may not be finalized, and they usually tell you that too when you're there. So I think, they'll probably have that there, and we'll get to play with that. I know one thing's for sure. I am not looking forward to going to Aristocrats. I'm not even going to touch them. Not even going to buy
the same way. Yeah. Oh, but something interesting. So Interblock, that was there last year, they reached out to me.
Oh, cool.
So I had an email into them and said, hey, I was trying to speak to somebody. No one seemed to want to talk to me because I'm a YouTube channel, but I have these questions, and someone reached back out to me and said, hey, here's your answer to your questions. We're sorry that it's just different people. They were trying to control this and that, like every excuse.
Of
and
course.
then this time they reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to schedule some time and have an interview available? I'm like, this is completely different than what happened last year.
That's great.
So
That's great.
I am already excited that I think maybe there's been a turn of event in marketing. I think the same thing. I think the exact same thing is going to happen, though, that you're only going to see the salespeople, not the marketing people up front. And those salespeople were assholes. I mean, IGT was one of the worst, then Aristocrat, and they were just, horribly bad. Oh, here's Stephen Lowe's actually, what's wrong with Aristocrat? It's the salespeople.
Yeah.
They are just completely absorbed with it.
Aristocrat was definitely the worst because IGT, you could at least wander in there, whether you were recording or not. Now, if you whipped out the camera, they got a little nervous. Word is that they've completely changed it this year, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about that at all. But that's Aristocrat was very like, we tried to get in there, and they're like, no, you got to go to the entrance and sign up. So we went to the entrance and sign up, and they're like, well, what company are you with? I'm like, we're a YouTube channel. Like, oh, we're not dealing with YouTube channels this trip. And it's like, wow, okay. I guess you don't want free advertisement of your new games. That's cool. That's cool. And it wasn't just us. Like Brantley and I went up there and they told us that, and then they told Dave that, and then we started to hear from everybody else in this community that they were getting the same lip service from Aristocrat, that they just didn't want any YouTube, social influencers in there at all. And
I think I was the only one who actually got in. Yeah. I got in because I had a media pass, and we had a media tour that I specifically went on because it was Aristocrat, and I could record because I was a media, and they're hyping up all these games. And I'm just like, oh, wow, this guy's sounding excited about it. What do they got new? And it's Lightning Link, Dollar Storm, Buffalo. And I'm like, all they did was take every single one of their games and put Lightning Link in it, or Dollar Storm in it, and that Buffalo Lightning Link. What?
Yeah.
That's make any sense. You guys invented this stuff and you're just pulling out the same garbage.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really hope
there's really not a lot of innovation going on there. It's Lightning Link and Buffalo, and that's it. I mean, it's
and the NFL game now. That's their new NFL.
Yeah, of course. Light and Wonder was cool last year. The only thing I didn't like about Light and Wonder was they are really stepping away from doing any 3-reel games anymore, like physical reels.
Yeah.
It's all touchscreen stuff, and which is okay, but I wish they would focus, because they do have some really cool games.
They do.
What are the?
I like Invaders from Planet Moolah. I like that game a lot.
Oh, I know you like that one.
I mean, that's one of my favorite games.
Last year they had a new Wonka game, and I don't think I've ever seen that on the casino floor yet. It was a brand new
they did have a new one.
Yeah, it wasn't the big tall one that's out there everywhere now, but there was a new one, and I don't remember ever seeing it. So maybe they'll have it there.
It was a shorter one. Yeah, I remember seeing it because it was on the other side of the room from the new Invaders Return to the Planet Moolah, which I hit each one of those because look at that. Hold on a second. We got a super chat we got to show off. Thank you, Robin. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Robin.
Just happened to find you yesterday and watched a few previous shows last night. Really enjoyable. Well, thank you, Robin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robin.
Really appreciate the super chats. They help the channel a lot. You don't know how much back end expenses there are and stuff, but I did just get new t-shirts, and I'm probably going to put them up for sale. I just got to get the time to do it. But thank you again, Robin. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. That's awesome.
So, so in the booth, what you can do is you can instigate, because it's all demo mode, so you can hit the bonus. So they had 3 of these machines side by side. I put all 3 into the 400 game Unical bonus.
Oh, you're so mean. And you wonder why you got kicked out of booths.
They wouldn't let me film, so I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna lock the games up for the next 30 minutes.
There you go. Have fun, guys. Bye.
It's so bad. So bad. I did say I did feel kind of nervous filming in their room. I did some quick stuff. Because didn't they have, what was the, it wasn't Johnny Cash, it was something else. What was the new wheel game that they had there?
They had a Marilyn Monroe game?
No, I think it was Johnny Cash.
Was it young Johnny Cash, not old Johnny Cash?
No, it wasn't Johnny Cash. Oh, Frank Sinatra. It was the Frank Sinatra
game, yeah.
Yeah, and I was having some fun on that one. It was kind of in the middle.
It was actually pretty good. They did a good job with the music on that.
I don't think I ever saw that one go out either.
I've not looked for it though, because it's a video,
yeah,
type game, so I don't really pay that much attention. Although I am so excited to play Cashnado somewhere in Bellagio. I don't know where we find it. I want to sit there and play it. And when the bonus comes in, I'm just going to do this.
Sit back and relax and don't pick anything. Yeah.
And I want to sit next to a button slapper, the screen wiper, or whatever. I want to sit next to that person that watches me not touch the thing at all.
They're going to be saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You're missing out on all this money."
Oh, and then off the channel post from Paula, who's great friends of ours, Paula and Troy. So watching your YouTube stream, tell Mark they haven't given us additional midweek free play for over a year. Damn. I got it a few trips ago. So that's weird, Paula.
Yeah, I've had it all year. As long as you come in on a Sunday and you leave by Thursday, you should be able to get it.
I always ask for it on Sunday or before I check out on Monday.
Yeah.
But you have to ask for it. It's not automatic.
Specifically ask for it. Yeah, I don't think it's automatic. I've always had to ask for it.
I've always had to specifically ask for it.
Yeah.
So that may be one thing, Paula, is maybe they didn't do that. But the other thing we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing, maybe Mark's going to be doing, we'll see, is several casinos downtown, because we're going downtown on Monday. Paula and Troy are going to be joining us, and maybe some other people. Is you bring your flight ticket, your plane ticket in. You have to actually print. I'm going to actually print one out because I haven't printed a plane ticket out in I don't know how long. I've never. What?
I know
be
it's
on
funny.
That
you think
Progressive Insurance,
iPhone, and all this stuff. You think I would use that, but one thing you don't know about me is that one thing I really hate doing is being an inconvenience to anybody else around me. And so one time I did use the mobile pass, and my screen was locking up, or it wouldn't bring up the pass, and there's a bunch of people behind me trying to get on the plane, and
they're all waiting.
And that drives my anxiety like off the charts. And so ever since then, I still get a paper ticket because that is 100% foolproof. It will always work.
It will always work. This is true.
Because you never know what's going to happen with your phone. I've tried to bring up boarding passes and it says it can't find them anymore. And it's like, it's not a perfected technology yet. And I don't want to bother people. So I still get a paper ticket to this day. So no problem with me.
It reminds me of like the State Farm or the Farmers, whatever it is, you're turning into your parents and everyone's like, okay, we're going to be boarding our plane. What's the first thing we do? And everybody pulls out a paper ticket. He's like, oh boy, paper tickets for everybody. This is going to be a long day.
Oh man.
Bring your own food with you too.
Oh, don't you hate that when you get on the plane and somebody brings like McDonald's and sits right next to you eating it and you're just like.
So I don't mind McDonald's. I don't mind like a burger or a sandwich. I hate when they bring like curry, or something that's like a broccoli dish or something like that, or Brussels sprout dish, even though I like Brussels sprouts. Something like that, like just something very aromatic. And I'm just like, oh boy. Actually, I flew last year and this lady brought in a like whole to-go bag that she got from a restaurant outside the airport, brought it through security. And it was this whole entire meal. Like, I mean, salad, entree, dessert, everything.
She's like putting a picnic table blanket over her little seat.
It was only like an hour and a half flight. I mean, just bring a sandwich with you.
I know. It's like, take it easy.
I mean, you don't need to go all out like that. You're not going on a trek. It's not like we're flying to, Thailand or flying to China. It's like going to take 16 hours. It's an hour and a half flight. Bring a bag of chips, bring a thing of pretzels, something. But I always bring snacks with me, though.
I wanted to pull this up. Steven says, I always take a screenshot. So if the app is acting up, I used to do that. But the thing is that the QR code will time out. So even though it's your boarding pass currently, if a certain period of time passes between when you generated it and you don't generate it again, it's no longer valid. So I was taking a screenshot like right after I checked in, and then I showed up and it wouldn't take it. It's like, oh, you got to go regenerate a QR code. So it's like, I don't remember which airline that was happening on, but again, that just, all it takes is once for that to happen. I'm just like, once. You know what? Paper ticket.
And then you're thinking about it from then on. Oh, that reminds me. You had something you were going to try at MGM with your comps. Because you were going to start playing a little bit lower limit.
Yeah, so we're going to definitely lower limit all the way now. I'm going to do free play only at MGM. Like here's a way to really screw with them, right? So I got my free play for this trip. I'm only going to do free play. I'm not going to take any of my own money, and
which is smart.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's ride the train, right? And I'm going to just do that every single trip from here on out. Just use the free play and don't spend any of my money at any MGM property with my card in. And I'm going to see how long it takes for them to just say, forget it. You're not going to get any free play anymore, because I've been getting free play for probably the last 10 years. Now, not a lot, but I'm going to kind of see how long. I mean, it's going to be an interesting experiment, kind of see how long it's going to take for it to just, it'll kill my comps, but you know what? I don't care. I'm kind of done with them. I'm ready to start over because I am starting fresh here. This year we did a lot of, heavy gambling for the Cowboy Slots channel and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm really trying to put a kibosh on that and go back to lower limits and stuff. Just a smarter way to play. And honestly, I have more fun at that. It's, it's less stressful and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really want to do going forward. So I did earn a lot of comps from doing all that this year, but ultimately, it's like, I want to try to ride it out as long as I possibly can and just cash in,
I'm with Susan on this.
Take bets.
Everyone put in your guess. How long? Stephen Lowe put in
2 trips.
2 trips. I say it's going to be right. 6 months into the new year.
6 months?
6 months into the new year. And then they'll be like, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But before.
It's going to be an interesting experiment because it's going to see, is my host going to reach out to me and say something? And what would they say? And what happens, like if I try to get them to book another trip and they say, no, we can't do it. And so what I'll do is just book the one that I get in the email.
So I think that you're going to get a pass on this first one.
That's going to be the indication is when the emails stop coming.
Yeah.
With the offers.
So when they say, hey, we noticed you didn't play on this trip, you can say, I wasn't really feeling it. You've had all these issues. I don't think you're being completely honest with how bad it is. I'm kind of concerned with my information, blah, blah. I think you'll get a free pass on this trip. I think you'll have because they'll put that down and like very valid concerns.
Yeah.
But after 6 months, 3 trips, 3 more trips, 4 trips, maybe I can see that happening.
I mean, they can't do anything about it. It's like, I'll just stop coming, which is like kind of what I'm planning to do anyway. So, it's going to be interesting just to see how long I can ride it. And it'll be fun too. Like, it'll be interesting to see. Let me just put it that way.
And also,
speaking of Michael's
relieving.
here.
Hey, look at that.
We're just talking about Michael earlier. Hey, Michael, we'll see you on Sunday, my friend. We're going to have a lot of fun this week.
It's going to be a blast.
I think what we were going to say, besides G2E, so we were talking about stuff we're going to do. So we're going to do the downtown on Monday and do all those, bringing the paper tickets to try to get the free, it was like what, between $10 and $1,000 at El Cortez?
At El Cortez.
If you bring your paper
that
ticket.
one too. if you bring your paper ticket.
But the other ones you have to fly Southwest or Spirit in order to get it.
Or Allegiant. But that was just for the extra bonus. You could get it as well by saying the secret words, which we're going to do this as a live or a short or whatever after we get to work. And we're going to let you guys know all that stuff. And there's like, you say stuff. Hi, say hi to Michael. Rick James sent me or something. Ricky, something like that. All those. You say different stuff and they give you free play. And this is Circa doing this. And they took it over from the D or Golden Gate. And essentially, this is what I've been saying the whole time, is that free play doesn't cost the casino any money. So what's the difference to them?
Yeah.
You're coming downtown with your ticket, or you're staying downtown specifically for $50.
Yeah.
I'm getting your money plus more. I mean, easily. So I think it's going to work. I think it's a great strategy for them. And I think it's really going to work out.
It's good
well
social
for
media
downtown
buzz too. I mean, look, we're sitting here talking about it.
We're talking about it.
I know. That's exactly what they wanted. So,
and it's like that kind of stuff was really great. Oh, Steven mentioned this here. So Casino Guide has free $50 match play at Downtown Grand, but the Casino Guide's no longer being printed. And when they did have it, when they did actually have the book, and you could buy the book off Amazon or you could buy it directly from American Casino Guide, it was awesome because it was like you could just pull the back of your coupon. I would go down there with like 7 coupons. I get a free match play, a $50 free play, whatever else. It's awesome. I mean, it was really awesome. Oh, Larry does say it was in their app. All right, Larry, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, they do have an app.
I got to check it out now. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. I'm totally checking that out.
Oh, looks like Let's Go Ham Pays here, by the way.
Oh, Let's Go Ham Pay here.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and then also
see you guys.
Mr. Michael Manus with the $5 sticker. Thank you, our $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're going to come to downtown with us? Going to come hang out?
He'll be there. He'll be there.
I hope so. We have no idea on time, but it's going to be sometime.
We'll probably be hanging out anyway. So
yeah, we'll probably be hanging out anyway.
We'll all be together, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll be around.
Yep.
I'm really looking. Another channel reached out to me as well.
Good.
I'm on a Discord with Lady Luck HQ's Discord, and Laura Miles Slots.
Good.
She reached out and said, "Hey, I'm going to be over at New York on Sunday. You want to hang out?" I'm like, "Sure. I got nothing to do. I'm waiting for Mark to get there."
Love New York. We'll definitely head over there.
And I did see she does play some Top Dollar and pinball, so I'm like, let's play some of that.
Plays a lot of that. Yep.
That's just
in good company, right?
Exactly. It's like as long as you're with your 3 real people, you're okay.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So true.
It's whatever. It's like,
true.
Hey, you want to go play some Buffalo? I'm like, no, not really.
No, we're good. So true.
Not especially. Yeah. We might as well get to some questions here.
Yeah, I think so. We piled them up here.
Oh, this one's from Jim. We did see Jim at our WinStar event. It was awesome, man. He's asking, "Hey guys, enjoying an ice cold Yingling?"
Yeah, right.
Great time last Saturday. It was a good time. We had a blast playing.
He got an awesome $240 hit on a bingo game, bingo machine.
No, that was Little Joe.
Oh, that was Joe. That's right.
That was Joe. Yeah. Jim went around the corner to the other non-smoking room and found 1 credit easy money and 1 credit double diamond.
That's right. I remember you talking to me about that, Jim. Yeah, the Yingling guy. I remember now. Those quick hits beat us up hard. I know you're over there watching us.
I broke even.
Yeah, but you got 6 quick hits. Yeah.
That's how you break even on it.
$70 on them.
That brutal. Free games fever. That sucked. And you said you got it at the end of the night.
I finally got the bonus, and I think it was around $100, which is pretty good, but still not worth all the chasing that was required. It was really hard to get.
Nearly worth it. With anything that hard to get, you figure it's going to be a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
a little bit better on the bonus.
Yep. Let's see.
Susan's coming in at 4:00 on Monday. Susan, you gonna come join us downtown? You got our number.
So.
Text us everything. Yeah.
Make sure we keep you in check. Where we are.
Yeah, we want to make sure you're aware because we want to hang out with Susan since she's making the trip.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Tammy can't make the trip, but we're looking forward to see her soon. We might need to go just out to Harris Cherokee.
Oh, there you go.
The hard part is, when am I ever there?
I'm never over there. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
What else we got? Yeah.
Some Robin. Other states are watching, and they'll soon follow suit. This is talking about the strikes. Yeah, and I agree. Yeah. This is the Vegas was the first domino, and everyone else is going to follow after that. Detroit's the first one to test the waters after Vegas.
Yep.
You go for a couple there, Mark.
Okay, sounds good. And Richard says when people stop going, they'll listen. Problem is, people won't stop going and won't voice their opinion on them. It's sad. Take away from the guy if they screw up. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to take. But they're making, like Dave said, they're record profits,
every quarter.
So what? A few people didn't like it. But I think it's going to hit them a little harder than they think. I think they're going to become complacent about it. And I think it's going to hit them harder than just those days where it was down. I think there's a lot of people that get really nervous when things like that happen with the hack and their approach to handling it. And I think people might, start looking elsewhere. I certainly am. And I've been with MGM for 15 something years. Like I said, it's made me kind of question what's going on there. And just I want to reiterate again, the only problem I had with it is just the lack of proper communication. That's it. Like, companies are going to go through hacks. Like, I'm in IT, Dave's in IT. It just happens. Like, it's unfortunate,
absolutely,
but it happens. But the way they communicated everything just really put a bad taste in my mouth. And it's like they should have had a plan in place on how to deal with this. And it came across like they were just running around with their heads cut off. You know what I mean? It took them a week to get signs up. And I mean, it could have been handled so much better. So anyway, yeah, you're right. But I think it will end up hurting them. And
like every company, you're not prepared.
Yeah.
I've been holding this Sharpie in my hand the whole time, Michelle.
And
don't forget to bring a towel.
Where's my towel? Still one in Vegas, and draw G2G with a Sharpie on it. Well, you got the Sharpie, so you're good to go.
I don't know if I could steal anything else from Vegas, because if it's in the room, it's fair game. So the Let's Go Ham Pay guys can attest to this. In the Nomad, when you stay in there, you get this really cool canvas bag. You're supposed to put your dirty clothes in for the laundry. Maybe a couple of those have come home with me over time.
That's okay to take. That's okay to take. You sit it down with the
slippers. Yeah, you can take the slippers.
You could take the slippers? Have you taken the slippers?
Well, yeah, I've taken the slippers. They throw the slippers away. Slippers are one-time use.
Well, if I see slippers in my room, I'm going to start taking them.
Yeah, they're one-time use. I'm too
paranoid. I'm going to have like an $80 charge on my
$80 charge for slippers.
Well, I mean,
I actually asked. I asked a housekeeping supervisor, and I was like, "These slippers are so comfortable," and she's like, "Make sure to take them with you, because we just throw them away." And I'm like, "Well, okay, then I will."
Well, there you go.
So, yeah, I do have a couple pairs of slippers from the Nomad as well, because they're very comfortable. I am shameless about that. Okay, like if it is like at G2E, if there's a table of stuff, I'm grabbing stuff, and I don't care what it is. Oh, hey, Mark, something you're going to be interested. Technologent, that's a value-added resale of VAR. We deal with those in our IT business. They're somebody we order stuff to. They have a table, and last year they had these really cool metal USB memory sticks that folded out from a card. So I grabbed like 6 of those.
Thing this time, though,
I don't know, but I'm gonna try to grab a couple. As an IT guy, you never have enough of these. I mean,
they're
everywhere. Literally, you never have enough of these.
I have a real quick story on it. It's really funny. So back in 2009 or so, we started a company. It was a branch off of the web hosting company that we had, and we called it 10tb.com. So it was 10 terabytes.com basically. And what that was is 10 terabytes of bandwidth per month on all the servers that you buy, no matter the cost. So it was a really cool brand and all that kind of stuff.
That's pretty good.
And so we made USB sticks that had our logo on it. And so many people thought they were 10 terabyte USB sticks.
Oh my God.
It's like, no, sorry, it's only a 1 gig card.
Is this a 10 terabyte?
With 10 terabyte?
No. Yeah, that'll be $100,000.
Oh man.
Although I can totally understand why you would think that, because it does say 10 TB.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
that actually brings me to a topic. We were talking about what we're going to do at G2E. We mentioned all the big guys, but where the real meat of the show is going to all the little guys. Like they have a bunch of we didn't spend nearly enough time as I wanted to last year at seeing some of them, but there was some really cool technology with like lighted blackjack tables and like roulette wheels that are new and, kind of modern, as well as, for me, it's all about beating all the parts providers. Like I will visit Patriot Games while I'm there and pick up all the flyers they have. But for all the big guys that are there, there's probably 10 of the big vendors, I would say big as in they have, multiple square feet. They have a lot of little vendors, that are around with interesting technology. There were new ticket printers, there were new bill validators, like all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's kind of geeky, but I like to see what's coming up next, like where innovations are occurring. And there might be some hidden nuggets in there with some of them that, we can get some insight on what may be coming in the future. That isn't being.
I hope the Tebow guys are there.
Which ones?
I want to talk to the Tebow guys, the ticket in, bonus out.
Oh,
I want to talk to those guys. I want to find out like what does this actually look like? What does it do in practice? Are they worried about further gambling addiction because it's putting out bonuses and everything? Is that a concern on their mind? Is it not? I don't know. Yeah. But I enjoyed the smaller boost last year as well because I got great video of a brand new blackjack version. I was able to talk to the inventor of the game. That was really cool. I got bad video of a cardless, cashless poker table, cardless, cashless, dealerless poker table. And I got bad video of it, so I'm hoping they're there so I can get some good video of it this year.
Yeah, I'm sure they would be, unless they just didn't get anything out of it. But those are fun to see. I like seeing the little guys. Yeah. And those are the people that have all the cool swag and stuff to take.
It's like they got the little stuff. IGT never gave away anything. No one else gave away anything.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to do a live on some of the bar stools or the chairs that they have there, because they have hundreds of different chairs, poker chairs, tall, short, bar chairs, stools, everything. Carpet. We just pick some random chairs, carpet, everything.
It's everything for a casino.
Sit in two random chairs and just start going live until they tell us to get lost.
Oh man, Dave's gonna get us kicked out of G2E.
We'll just be back the next year.
Wow.
It really is. Last year, I did not have as much fun, and I should have. Right. But I got caught up in it. You did the same thing. You get caught up in what you're doing, and you're not thinking about everything. But there was so much fun to be had. And of course, I was set on my idea, which was I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to go to the big gaming places. I'm going to do interviews. I'm going to get video of the machines. That was shut down the first hour. And I had no backup plan.
Right.
And this year, I'm going not even caring about the big ones. If I can shoot some video of the new Top Dollar or the new Ainsworth machine, I'm totally going to do that. But I want to hit like you said, hit the smaller guys who are welcome. They want those guys with that blackjack table. They were, come and record. They pushed people aside so that I could get in there and record.
Yeah.
And the guy was answering questions, and
good exposure.
It was a great experience. Yeah, it was awesome. This year is going to be different. We're going to have fun, first of all, and then we're going to do everything else separate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. It's gonna be a long day, but it's gonna be a fun day. Like we're gonna get a lot.
Oh man!
Hopefully, a ton of video. I want to just try to film everything and then sort it out later. You know,
exactly. Sort it out later.
You know, just go booth to booth, look for cool stuff. You know, because nobody's doing that.
And maybe just talk to random tables. You know, find a random table and say, that's what I mean. What are you guys doing?
What are you doing? You know, we're trying to find out more information for our viewers and stuff like that. I know we're not casinos that are purchasing, you know, things like that, but you know, heck, we got a voice too, right?
Right. It's like you want to talk and get your thing out, and I'll hashtag you and everything else because that stuff's
free
gold.
Marketing. Free marketing.
Free marketing gold.
Who cares who it is? As long as it's not against them, you know, it's good marketing.
Right. Exactly. As long as you're not some competitor, which is probably the only thing they're really worried about. But man, is it time to go yet? What time is it?
Yeah. All right, let's get some more of these comments here. So Young Coconut says, "What's up, fellas? I texted my host to confirm my trip, and instead of my text being blue, it was green." Well, that does not indicate anything. People that know me, I switch between iPhone and Android very often. So I'm sure
I'm not even shocked anymore. I don't even say anything.
Yeah, I know. There's not many people left that say anything anymore because I still get the eye roll though. I get the eye roll. So yeah, the problem is their email is just now starting to come back up. So the only way up till now to be able to even communicate with them was through text or phone calls. So, and by the way, I did today got a flood of marketing emails. So their email server is working again.
It's definitely working now.
It's the same stuff. Hey, Columbus Day is right around the corner. When I think of Columbus Day, I don't think about going to Vegas, but okay.
Did it say Columbus Day? Or did it say Indigenous Peoples Day? You know, because I've gotten a few that said Columbus Day. And I was like, wait a minute. That's the proper thing to say now is Indigenous Peoples Day. I still call it Columbus Day, and I know I shouldn't because that's what we had when we were kids was Columbus Day.
Says no, it doesn't say Columbus Day. It says Vegas is your away game headquarters. Whatever that means.
Oh, to come to if your team's playing the Raiders.
Betting? Yeah.
Yeah. If your team's playing the Raiders, yeah, or the hockey team. I mean, they've done really well at marketing Vegas a little differently by football, hockey. Now baseball's coming. I gotta admit that whoever's in charge of that has really done a good job. Which I don't know who is in charge of that, but
yeah. And Motivational Moxie. Apparently MGM won't give you comp rooms if you just call and ask. I just tried it and I'm a Pearl member. Yeah, it's so messed up right now. I don't even know what to expect when I get there. I mean, I've got a confirmation number, but I have no way to look to see what room it is. Or I mean, I know it's at Bellagio, but I don't know any details. I'm just going to be a surprise when I get there. I just know I have a confirmation number, so hopefully that's good enough. But it's such a mess right now, and I think they're really, because they got rid of the midweek bonus. I think probably, and we're speculating here, at least I am, that they lost so much money, and I know they can't do anything with the machines, like they can't change the payouts and stuff on the machines. But what they do have control over is reducing comps, and I think that's the decision they made, is to just reduce comps, try to recoup as much as they can. And I think they probably thought that was the best gamble, no pun intended, the better gamble to go with when it comes to that, instead of just giving people more comps to try to bring them back in. So we'll see. We'll see if it bites them in the butt or not. But I'm not too surprised with that. I know my comps went down. Dave's comps went down.
God, like a rock.
So, yeah, mine too. So I think it's just across the board, unfortunately.
Now, something interesting about that, that all happened at the first of the year, comps going down. And I was just thinking about, you're saying they could change the odds on the machine, but we know that doesn't guarantee that they're going to pull in more money. The only thing that guarantees is cutting comps, cutting midweek free play. That's the only thing you had. And then raising prices on food, raising prices on hotels.
Oh, yeah.
And hotel prices have gone up. So that's the only way they can guarantee it, because they can't even guarantee it if they took the machines down to whatever the legal minimum is. That wouldn't even guarantee that they'd make profit over the long run, it would, but it can't guarantee it in the short run. So yeah. So they do it every other which way. More proof that they don't need to change the odds on the machine because they can screw you every other which way.
Yeah. And those would be more beneficial in the short term anyway for them.
Right.
To up prices on rooms, on, you know, reduced comps, all that kind of thing. That's immediate
Bring
effect.
back paid parking.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's immediate effect. They will see that as a green line item in their books immediately. Where even if they went through the trouble of changing all the machines or whatever, you know, the percentage that they would change it by, I mean, it would take 3 to 4 months before they even realize any kind of change on the books. And so even with all that play, so it's not something that they can do, number one, just on a whim. But number two, like Dave said, they have a lot of other strings they can pull that they can get immediate cash from. So that's what they'll do.
How long till they pull free drinks? I don't think that's going away. I don't think free drinks is going away, but I would not be shocked at this point if free drinks went away.
It's going away in every other casino. I mean,
it's getting,
seems like Vegas is kind of the last. I guess Reno still does it too, but like the bigger areas. But yep,
it's eventually going downhill. We're all going to be just staying at Oklahoma and, you know,
right,
hanging around there. Oh, there's a question for you for Wild Bill.
Sell your pinball machine yet? You guys look good on my 12-foot theater screen. Oh man,
wow.
Every imperfection on my face is there.
Yeah, like, sure. That's from being tired. That's from working too hard.
Yeah,
I don't know where this line came from.
Yep.
How long till you get it back? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Timeout. I got something I got to bring up. Actually, I'm going to make Mark bring it up because we got a lot of people who know Mark has all these slot machines. And you notice behind him, he's got Top Dollar Deluxe. Mark, what is interesting about that particular Top Dollar Deluxe?
Yeah, we haven't told the story. I forgot about this. So real funny, guys. So if you guys remember my channel, you're probably on it with home slots. About 2 years ago, I ended up, man, it might have been even longer than that. Maybe 3 years ago, I got a Top Dollar Deluxe because it was one of my favorite games of all time. It still is. It's still my favorite version of Top Dollar to play. And but I ended up selling it. Like, here's the thing when it comes to slot machine ownership. Eventually, you're going to start churning through things because you get bored of it, right? I mean, you're playing at home. The game gets repetitive. You got a lot of purchasing power when you have machines like this. And it's easy to trade or to swap out or to sometimes make some money on it, sometimes lose a little bit of money to get what you want, that kind of thing. So these things get rotated around a lot. But anyway, so I sold the Top Dollar Deluxe. I don't remember what I was buying with that. I think it was the Lord of the Rings back then. I think that's what it was. Anyway, long story short, I sold it to this guy up in Connecticut. And a month or two later, I had instant regret.
Connecticut.
Yeah, in Connecticut.
You sold it halfway across the country.
Halfway across the country in Connecticut. And I had instant regret. Like, I mean, the moment that
I have the seller's remorse.
I'm like, I should have never sold it because I'm never going to find this thing again. Like, I'm just never going to find it again. And so anyway, a couple of years go by, and I was just on Facebook looking at the marketplace there's a buy, sell, and trade slot machines, several groups on there. And so I was looking there and I found another Top Dollar Deluxe. And I was like, oh man, this is it. You know, this is my chance to get it back. I knew who it was. It's a guy that I've bought some software from before, based out in Utah. And so I Facebook messaged him. I'm like, hey, I'm interested, but I got to sell a couple of machines first to get the cash. You know, can I put a deposit down the hole? He's like, no, I know who you are. You know, it's fine. And so I sold a couple of machines, as you guys know, so I could buy it. And so I bought it, and it got here, I guess, a couple days ago this week. And I put it up on the stand, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this thing seems very familiar. Like, I noticed that the reels were a little bit slanted to the left, and the LEDs are kind of orange instead of like bright white from age. And I said, this machine looks very familiar. So anyway, I opened up the door And one of the things that I always do when I replace parts inside of a slot machine, like a power supply or something like that, is I will write the date that I replaced it and put my initials on it. And sure enough, my initials are on the power supply in this machine. This is the same machine I sold 2 years ago.
I mean, it crossed the country twice.
It went from Connecticut to Chicago, Illinois, to an owner there, and then that owner traded it for something in Utah to the guy that I bought it from, and it's back here. It's so
and then back
wild.
home.
It is so crazy that it's made this long trip, and it's the same like one that I got working.
Traveled around the whole country just to come back home.
Yeah, same exact one that I got working from the ground up when I first got it. It's wild. It's so funny. It's a really interesting story. It's
That's just one of those things. Exactly.
Well, I mean, they're so rare. I mean, these are incredibly rare to find, and so I'm not too surprised, but I'm still very, very surprised that it made its way all the way back. So, and I bought it for less than I sold it for. Even better, right?
That's even better. That's a gain.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gain.
Talk about awesome.
I let somebody else lease it for a couple of years. I ended up buying it back.
All right, I got a question for you here from the Golden Creeper because he just popped this up.
You have to prime the slots at MGM with at least one minimum bet. For your information, my best comps come from MGA way better than any other property. I don't think there's anything to do with priming the slots. You definitely cannot prime a slot to win or lose.
But you have to do one minimum bet to win. So
yeah, you have to do at least one bet to get either of those scenarios. But yeah, there's no priming.
I do agree that MGM probably has
they still do have the best
comps, than most. And I mean, at least I would say the strip properties. Was it? Hold on. Oops, there you go. Linda K did said Wynn has the best comps. So I have not experienced this, Linda. I would like to, but no, I have not experienced this with Wynn. Maybe one of these days, but every time I play at the Wynn, my emails afterwards are just nothing. It's zero. I mean, literally zero of a discount. So maybe that's a thing with me, just.
Well, I looked at the Venetian comps and they're pretty bad too. I mean, it's awful. They hardly give you anything. And so
it's Venetia and Wynn, you have to be monster players. I mean, they're built for whales. They're whale properties.
And I'm nowhere near that. So it's like, I mean, he gave me like the next status up or whatever. And I was looking at the comps. I'm like, you still have to pay for parking. You don't get any discounts at the shops, no multipliers on tier credits or anything like that. I'm like, well, thanks for the bump, but I don't see anything here. So it is what it is, Exactly. It's all about the experience at the end of the day. MGM does have the best comps, so we shall see what I end up doing.
I mean, nothing bad's going to happen. You're just going to get down to my level. So that's the worst that's going to happen to you. You're going to be,
and I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I had a good run this year. I'm fine with that. Let's dial it back. We'll
take the comp rooms at Park MGM. We'll be fine.
There you go.
But we're not staying at Excalibur. That's my limit.
Excalibur. Hey, I've stayed there before.
I'll stay at Luxor. I'm not going to stay at Excalibur.
The carpet was red from the air conditioning leaking, but it was all right.
Let's just hope that it was from the air conditioning leaking.
Well, it was right under the air conditioning, so
I've seen cockroach videos from.
Oh, come on,
not
man.
The big cockroaches. In Excalibur, people have taken cockroach videos. So if you know anything about cockroaches, down in the south here, we have these big cockroaches, water bugs, but they're cockroaches. They're about that big. But it's the little ones that you want to worry about because they spread everywhere. The German cockroach, like that small, that's what was in this guy's sink. And it was just.
Thanks, Dave. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. No Excalibur.
I appreciate
Burn that thing to the ground and rebuild it in a Game of Thrones theme.
Apparently, they've been doing a lot of renovations in New York lately.
Yeah, the rooms are getting renovated.
Yes.
Yes. They hopefully, if you go there again, you don't get one of the random unrenovated rooms.
Yeah, I think I will demand a renovated room.
I want a renovated room, damn it.
Like, why are they going to do that for me?
And from Lowrow in Detroit to Vegas, are you flying the official airline of GambletheGlobe? I am. I'm flying Southwest Airlines. I still love them. They're still great. There's some issues like every other airline. See, gonna have to find a new official airline for Mark.
Nah, Dave's right. They all have issues. It's just air travel in the U.S. It's awful. It doesn't matter who you fly with.
I will say my last 2 trips with Southwest have been no delays, flawless, every which way. They've been packed because all the flights are packed.
Yeah.
I like that center seat being empty. That's just me.
And let's go handpay, guys. Have a really good point. So once your comps are killed, then jump over to your old host at Venetian and have them give you a bunch of free comps and ride that train. Yeah, I could do that. It'd probably really piss him off, but
just keep jumping properties. Hey,
yeah, I don't
want to come there.
The thing is like this host over there. Shout out to Blair if you're watching. He's really a nice guy. He's done a lot for us, for the channel, given us a lot of free play to play with and film and do videos, and he's done a lot of pulling, and even he's contacted me ahead of time saying, I already emailed security letting them know you're going to be here filming so they won't bother you. It's like he's done so much for me, so the worst thing I want to do is to do that to him.
Right.
But this new host who I've never met before and don't even know who it is, I don't feel any ties to him or her, so I won't feel.
And loyalty goes a long way.
It
loyalty
does.
in the casino business goes a long way. If you're loyal to me, I'm gonna be loyal to you. But if you don't, know me from Adam, like Caesars, same thing. Now it's MGM, whatever. It's like you were so. I had no problem for years. I mean, a decade even at MGM, right. And it was always a free room. I didn't really care about the free play. The resort credit was good, but always had a free room. No matter when, it was always a free room. It was somewhere. It wasn't always guaranteed to be.
I never had problems either. I mean, I would bring $300 and let it last for, 3 or 4 nights stay there, and I would always have a room the next time. Like it didn't even matter. Like it's the fact that you're gambling at all is enough to kind of get you a room in most. Now I don't know about now. I know right now they're really cutting back.
Now it's different.
Yeah, now it's different. But back then, I mean, geez, you just bring $300, like I said, and play it over a period of a couple of days, and I would always have a free room, or at least heavily discounted. I mean, I think at one point I was paying like $29 or $39 a night. I mean, at New York. So I was fine with that. I mean, that was good.
Yeah.
So
I'll pay something worth it, but I'm not going to pay full price for a room. I will go stay.
You shouldn't have. If you spend any time gambling and you're using your player's card, you should never have to pay full price for a room. Like you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree with that you shouldn't, but
you never know.
We'll have to see. I'm
have to see what's going on right now.
Hopeful that this stuff doesn't keep going this way, because it's going to the opposite way of for the player. It's going for the house, and there's so much for the house, and I'm tired of the house winning.
Yeah, they shouldn't be taking advantage of people right now.
Right. And quick win for Rocky Mountain Slots. Rocky Mountain High Limit Slots. Hey, all. Hey, the Rocky Mountain. Make sure to go check out Rocky Mountain High Limit Slots.
Yeah, except the knucklehead hasn't posted anything in months. I'm just kidding, man.
Maybe get on that.
Yeah. No, I know he's been busy. I know he's been super busy, so I'm just messing with you. But I really
just happens.
I loved all of your 100 spin challenges on all the different top dollars and pinballs. That was a great series.
Those were good.
He had the little clicker, like the baseball clicker, and I mean that's a great series. I think it's a good way to really demonstrate the entirety of the game, and so I think that's really cool. I mean that's awesome. So
man, some of the 100 spin, it better be.
I hope you get back to doing that again, man. I really do. It was fun.
And it's not too late to make G2E.
That's true.
Let's see.
He's trying to get us out to Colorado, so we'll see.
And so Susan, she's trying to get us to Colorado as well.
I know. We'll get out there at some point.
There's too many places to have gambling, and it's too expensive to fly everywhere.
Yeah.
Need to figure something out. Teleporting something. Work on that, Mark. Over the weekend, work on teleporting. Okay. You got an hour free. Figure that out. From MLB, I was just able to book a room at MGM Borgata Online. So I guess that part is back up and running. Yes, the online reservation system is back up and running. You can go in and see your trips that you booked. Your win-loss statement is hit or miss, I've heard. I can't get to work. Someone else said they could. And your offers is hit or miss. Again, I haven't been able to work. I had another person tell me that it was working. So I'm not sure what is actually going on. Let's see what happens, And low rolling Detroit and Vegas. MGM stock price has plummeted. Yeah. So it not only just put a little trading hat on, because I used to trade some stocks and then failed miserably at it, but that's gambling as well. I know it's not supposed to be, but see how that worked out. So the stock price didn't only just go down because of this whole hacking thing. They also had an offering. They raised some capital by offering some more shares, so that diluted it and went down. They also took on some extra debt to buy a couple more properties and expand to their Macau market, the UAE, and the Japan. And I think it's Osaka Prefecture. They're going to be one of the very first casinos to be building in Japan. So they have accumulated a lot of debt in the last couple of years in order to accomplish these things. So it's not just because of the hack thing, but that is a huge factor.
And
wealth of knowledge, aren't I?
The Golden Creeper says, I have a different take on MGM. They didn't pay. I respect that. Communication was bad, though. Actually, you have the same take that I have. I think probably the same for you, Dave. I respect that too, that they didn't just pay. But
I admire it that they didn't pay.
Communication was horrible. Like that's my beef. That is my beef. 100% is communication. It was just not planned and thought out. So,
what if this were to happen? The president of MGM does a short video and says, "Hey, we're having these issues. I'm sorry it's going on. We did our best to prevent it. We do have good measures in place. It still happened. We're working on it. Please bear with us." Had they done something like that, I would have had a lot more respect for the whole thing.
Me too.
Now, I do admire the fact they didn't pay, but at the same time, letting people know, even if the communication was horrible after that, at least they did something proactive. They had the president of the company up there.
Yeah.
I think that would have been big for me.
And he can be as vague as he wants to be. Like, it's fine. It's just you have to communicate with people. You can't leave them in the dark. And the worst part of that is that they pretended like everything was okay. Like they still kept trying to get people to come in saying, "Oh yeah, the slot machines are up." Yeah, but they're up, but you got to wait an hour and a half to get your payout when you hit cash out, and you're not earning comps and all. And it's like that should have been communicated. And I understand that they had a business to run, and I understand that it was probably a very difficult decision to be in the room and decide that was the message. Like, we got to get people playing these things. Like, these things cannot be sitting on and not being played. Like, somebody had that conversation. But on the other side, they should have really set expectations. And it took them almost 2 weeks to put signs up letting people know what to expect. And that's way too long. And it maybe because they thought a fix was right around the corner. They were going to wake up the next day and everything was going to be back to normal. But they should have had the signs ready to go. They should have had the CEO out in front saying, "We apologize. We've got the best team in the world working on this right now. We are fully committed to bringing everything back. We wanted to let you know we hear you. We know this is frustrating. But unfortunately, we cannot be at 100% capacity right now, but we promise we will make it up. We will be back better than ever. And we will get through this just like everybody always does in the history of time." Like, that's all you had to do was stand up there and say something like that.
Say that. We will earn your business back. We will earn your trust back.
Right. I know not only that BS in front of everybody. He could have done it too.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, it's they lost our data. That right there should be something of, let's keep midweek free. I know we had this planned to get rid of midweek free play, but let's keep it until the end of the year because bad time to cancel that.
Right.
No, let's just cancel it. Screw them.
Yeah.
Let's do the opposite of what makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so one for Linda K, right up your alley. There you go.
Yeah.
So this question, I found a black and white 5 times pay at my local casino. Is that a good nacho to play? What she meant was machine. She put that down there.
Funny.
But now
I think we should start
now
calling
I'm hungry for nachos.
Well, let's just start.
Let's play this nachos.
Slot machines. The slot machines are called nachos from now on. You started it.
I'm hungry.
I would only play that one. Is that now there's one that has quick hits with it. That one I think is good to play, but the one without it, that could be tough unless it's a 5-liner. 5-liner 5 times pay is a little bit better, but single pay line, anything 5 times pay is brutal, whether it's black or white or the regular 5 times pay, with the regular symbols like cherries and stuff like that. It's a tough game to play all around if that's the only multiplier on it. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I do like playing the 5 times pay and the 10 times pay once in a while, but I go into it without the expectation of winning. And my goal is to get a cherry and a 10 times pay, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because that right there is huge. Yeah, it's like I don't even want to get
credits.
I don't want to get bar and a 10 times pay or 5 times pay. I just want to get a cherry, a single cherry, and a 10 times.
Yep. Yeah, it's 100 credits.
That's me.
On a cherry.
I like playing games. And then the Let's Go hand pay guys. Big problem with leaving MGM is no other casino can offer the number of shows to see, places to eat and stay, along with all the shows for free and free food just about everywhere you go. Yeah. You got a point there. I mean,
it's true. And that's probably what they're banking on is just their dominance.
Across the world too, is that it's them and Caesars are the top dogs. That's it. There is no one else that has as many properties, as much coverage as those 2 properties.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. It's like they are, essentially Coke and Pepsi going at each other. And then everyone else is anything else,
right.
Circus is like Dr. Thunder, I'm not even giving Circus a name brand.
Mr.
They're
Pibb.
just Dr. Thunder. Yeah. Like, no, Mr. Pibb is like way above Circus level.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't deserve Circus. They don't deserve Mr. Pibb at Circus. You get Shasta.
That's just Shasta. Yeah. The only thing left in the vending machines at night is a Shasta orange.
The Shasta orange. Hey, what's wrong with the orange?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I was just making a statement. Calm down.
Cream soda was always the one that I was like, Shasta cream soda? Where's the A&W cream soda?
Diet A&W root beer. That's the only thing left.
Yeah. Does Shreveport still serve free alcoholic drinks? Yes, they do. They are very heavily there. Thomas, my coworker, T-Bone, you've seen him do challenge. He goes there often. He drinks often. And he doesn't win often. I really hope he starts watching this.
Yeah,
because so I was telling him about going to WinStar and doing really good, being up good, and then coming back down, still leaving with 800. And he's like, "Why didn't you leave with 1100?" And I'm like, "You leave with negative 600 when I tell you to leave at positive 800." So I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
it's like I don't want to hear your shit.
That's right. Watch your mouth, Dave.
I've got the channel.
Right. Oh, and Michelle says South Point might stay there next time instead of MGM. I would. I don't think there's anything wrong with South Point. It is like it's like an old. It's a big casino, but it has that old timey feel to it. It feels homey. I don't know how else to describe it. And they've got a lot of good machines in there. So I would not hesitate with that. I think it's a good place to stay for sure. It's a good property.
My only thing would be if I rented a car, I'd stay at South Point.
Yeah, it's hard to get to. Yeah,
you're kind of far away. Yeah. You're kind of far away. And last one here from
if you don't get a car.
Yeah, exactly. Last one from Jordan. Last time I was at New York, they were taking out a bunch of 3-roll slots. Yes, they took out a chunk of them.
But Let's Go Hambay guys, are you still in here? I think that you said
they rearranged,
moving them. Yeah, they were just moving them around, but they said they were still there. So I hope that's still the case. They did have them all pulled down for a while.
They lost, I think, maybe 10 of them, but they do have several of them that are good. But they lost like the super old school the Blazing Sevens, where it's like they had the multiple things at the top, multiple different bonus games.
Yeah.
That one is gone.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not shocked that's gone. That was the last one on the strip, I think. So I'm not shocked that's gone. But I would definitely. I'm getting tired of all the old games going away.
It's gonna happen on the strip. You got to go off the strip or go downtown. Downtown still has a plethora of those old machines, so
tons of them, and we're gonna show them to you. We're gonna be recording as much as they'll let us.
Yeah,
until they kick us out. They put them back in place a couple weeks ago. Okay, good. I look forward to them being there because they had some of my favorite top dollars. The short.
Yeah, they still have the double top dollars. There used to be like 6 of them, but now I think they're down to 3. But they're still there.
And they have the 2 that are in the high limit room that are horrible.
The
$5. Sorry, the $5. They still have the $25, the multiple denomination one, but the $5 one they still have 2 of those.
Yep. And then they got the new Diamond RS ones in there now.
Yeah,
in the high limit room.
I'm still, I can't believe we were just like a few days away from G2E, and I'm not going to make it.
Yeah. Well, it's time to get off.
I'm going to be texting Mark. I'm going to be texting Mark on Saturday, going like, "Is it Sunday yet? Is it Sunday yet?" I'm in the air. I'm driving.
You got to keep busy.
I'm trying. But yeah, that does it for us.
What time do you land again? By the way, do you remember?
8:30 a.m. I take off at 8 a.m. I take off from 8 a.m. in Dallas, and I land at like 8:30 a.m. because I time travel for some reason. And
I'm not getting there till 2 o'clock. I think. Something like that.
I'm gonna be like, by the time you get there,
itching and waiting. Yeah.
Plus, we're going to dinner that night at the Bacchanal buffet, and
that's right.
I'm gonna starve myself. I'm eating breakfast, and then that's it. I'm not even eating anything the rest of the day. I'm having water only.
That sounds good to me. I'll try. All right.
All right, gang. Thanks to you so much for coming. We really appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you being here as always. Can't wait till we're there. I'm like so excited. I'm not going to sleep on Saturday night. Yeah.
Have some good videos.
We're going to bring you a lot. Live streams like crazy on next week. I promise, almost promise, mostly promise as much as I can. Mark is going to remind me, hey, why aren't you live? I don't know. Let's go live. So look out for those pop-ups. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you guys for making these live streams great. Mark, really appreciate you as well for jumping in here, man, and having fun and just talking away. So we're going to do it for that. That's going to be it. Remember to gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
There we go. Good night, gang. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
And then we're going to do the...
the last minute.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do it.
Don't do it.